Daniel in the Deacon's Den. We're talking summer and the work of a deacon this morning. Deacon Dan, congratulations to you. I know it's summertime, and now time for you to rest, right?
Exactly. I get to sit around and eat bonbons and sleep.
That's right.
Drink a black cow, yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, right.
No, I think that there is kind of a misconception out there. A lot of people think, well, summer slows down. I know at a university parish like I serve at St. Thomas More in Bowling Green, over 80% of the people that we serve are students, and They go home during the summer. So, even in other parishes, if you have a school in your parish, it has, closed for the summer and people are going on vacation. And so you would think that maybe it means we're going to be sitting on our hands with nothing to do during the summer, but that is definitely a myth. So, we do keep busy. What happens in the summer is that the ministry that we do as deacons doesn't go away, but it just changes direction. It becomes a lot more flexible. I know one of the things, personal change that I go through is when you have university students, you have a lot of late nights. So, we have a 9 p.m. Mass on Sunday nights. We have a 9 p.m. Eucharistic Adoration on Wednesday nights. Occasionally I'll go to meeting. Students will invite me to come and give a presentation at a meeting, and the meeting might not start until 9 or 10 o'clock at night, because in many cases students have got classes, until 9, and they can't start a meeting until 9:30 or 10. So I'm at a meeting like putting toothpicks in my eyes at 11:30 p.m. Trying to give a presentation. So that definitely changes, during this time of year, but it doesn't mean we do less ministry. It just means we do it differently. So for me, of course, what does summer bring? Summer brings wedding season, So this year I prepared several couples for marriage, and my wife and I have been invited to assist at half a dozen different weddings over a 3-month period. So we've got kind of a wedding on the schedule about every other weekend.
Wow.
Some cases I'm asked to preach at them, and so there's a homily preparation and receptions and all those kind of things going on. And we continue to preach during the summer. So I preach weekend masses during the summer, so I've got a kind of a steady stream of homily preparation during that time. And same thing for weddings. So I'm preaching at a wedding. There's still homilies to prepare there. Baptisms don't stop, praise God. So, during the summertime, we're doing baptismal preparation. We're baptizing children, preaching at those liturgies. I mentioned last week that I had the joy of baptizing our newest granddaughter this last weekend.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful opportunity to do that. So, but sort of the ongoing sacramental things that don't stop during the summertime. Another thing that I spend a lot of time with personally in the summer is planning for the coming year. So I serve as director of OCIA, and I'm not alone. There's a lot of deacons who do that. We actually had a meeting of OCIA team members and directors just about a month ago, and a lot of deacons are doing that. So during the summertime, I'm selecting a team, laying out the schedule for the year. I've got people who are interested in the church. I'm interviewing with them, talking to them. We already have about 6 or 8 students signed up for to come into the church next year,
God.
which is unusual.
Nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful because they don't usually surface until students come back in August, but they're already coming out. So it's been great to have conversations with them.
Mm-hmm.
So working on calendars, doing the interviews, and really trying to get ready to hit the ground running when the students return in mid-August so that we're ready ahead of time. Thinking a lot about what to do during the liturgical year. That's never too soon to start thinking about things to offer during Advent and Lent for next year. So, during Advent, for example, I usually either do a book study or some kind of evenings of reflection. And then during Lent, maybe a retreat day or whatever. So we're having kind of putting together early game plans, so it's easier when the busyness starts. When the students return, I already have it mapped out for the year. And of course, you always have parishioners who are homebound. They're in nursing homes, they're in hospitals. So we're visiting, taking communion to them, and that continues throughout the summer. And I really like to capitalize on the flexible time to do more intense spiritual reading. I've talked about in this program before, I read books all the time. But during the summer, I have a lot more time and energy to just really read, study, and pray and get kind of prayed up, if you will, so that we're ready to go when these school students come back. And then I talked about earlier on another episode about annual retreat the same way.
Right.
So I took a retreat in May. My wife and I are going to make a deacon and wives retreat together in August.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. We actually started doing that a couple of years ago in the diocese for deacons and their wives together. It was very popular, so we scheduled another one, and we're doing it down at Maria Stein in August. And that retreat, I posted that retreat, and as available, and it sold out in quotes within 2 days.
Oh, wow!
We have a waiting list.
Huh.
Yeah, we just, the retreat center wasn't big enough for all the people that wanted to go. So it's very popular.
That's great.
So we'll do that in August. So is the pace of summer more relaxed and flexible? Definitely. Does a slowdown mean there's not much to do? Definitely not.
Yeah.
As deacons, we stay busy all year round. But what we do in the summer kind of varies depending on the parish we're assigned to. But these weddings, the baptisms, nursing home, hospital visits, funeral vigils, those happen all year round. So the need for liturgy, for preaching, for evangelizing really never slows down. It just looks different during the summertime.
Yeah, I have to say, and this, I'm coming up on 1 year working a little bit at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Swanton, and I've been looking at summer like, oh, summer's coming, so I can take a breath. And then summer got here and I went, oh my goodness, there are 1,000 things to do. Yeah. That's
one of the biggest myths, is how free we're going to be during the summer.
Right.
And I know I lived that for all those years as a full-time teacher and a professor. I always thought, once we get the students out and we graduate on May the 4th, I'm free for the summer. That's not true.
No.
Summer comes along, I've got planning for, and there's planning to do, and there's summer classes to teach. And, even in some ways, even a summer vacation, oddly enough, can be kind of stressful. You kind of put all the details together, plan it, pack for it, get away and get back. There's always something going on. So we sooner or later, we have to let go of that gut feeling that there's going to be this time that if I can just get this done, I'm going to have 3 months of nothing. That just never happens.
Yeah, right.
It's okay.
Yeah, and I've already calculated it. By my calculation, this summer it's going to last 8 minutes. It's already 4 minutes gone, so we'll see. Thanks,
it'll be 8 minutes before summer ends. Yeah. Deacon Dan, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great week.
Always good to enter with Daniel into the deacon's den.
Yeah. I love that. And again, just a good reminder, even as we are on summer break, our staffs at our local parishes still working hard, our deacons and our priests, of course, as well.
That's right.